to life building. Just going over to the Derek and the Noreen set, and then we should be, we should be quite good to go with that stuff. A little update on The Killer Who Got Away. The Killer Who Got Away episode 2 is halfway in the progress. When I recorded some the other day, it was quite late, so I only got up until the advert break recorded, and I'm just waiting for the people who are part of episode 2 to be back online to kind of finish off the final parts, if that makes sense. And then we should be, we should be quite good to go from there on. So episode 2 is going to be quite good. It's going to obviously follow on from episode 1, and you'll see the character who I play have to make a little bit of a choice that he maybe doesn't really want to make, but you'll see more of that struggle after the advert break. But that's all I'm really going to say, because I don't want to give too much, obviously, away about it. But I'm hopefully going to turn this into a good outbringing story, and bring some good things out of it, hopefully. We're just going to have to, obviously, see where it goes. But, hopefully, we should be pretty much good to go. So all I can really say is stay tuned for when that gets posted. And we're just now finishing the Derek and the Noreen show set off. So I did actually nearly have this done, but unfortunately, for some reason, someone decided to be a little bit naughty and do a bit of grief in here at the arena. And they blew up a little bit of this backing wall, which is kind of like the backdrop for the set of the Derek and Noreen show. And I'm kind of a little bit annoyed, but we were changing it to black from white anyway. But then it kind of got blown up a bit, so that's why there's hints like a hole here. And I've obviously repaired the houses where they had a little bit of a misleading, but I think the black definitely looks better than the white. If I'm completely honest with you, I think the white just looked a bit too out of place. Like, in a way, like you knew there was a backdrop there. I think the black kind of blends in a little bit more, and it kind of looks more realistic than having like a bright white backdrop. So that's why I'm kind of going with the black. And stuff like that. So that's all I'm really gonna say. We're gonna fix this up, and then I think we are actually, as no joke, me not lying here, I think we are actually about ready to start making the Derek and Noreen show, at least getting more planning with the filming sort of side of the Derek and the Noreen show. I think the set is looking quite good. Now obviously over time, I can't tell you guys that that I won't change the set again, because there's there's high chances that I'll do like upgrades, and certain episodes might, for example, like Noreen might get a new sofa, for example, that type of thing. We're gonna try and do some pretty cool stuff, hopefully, to make the show quite fun and interesting for you guys, and to make it enjoyable as well. So, but to start things off with this show, I think things are gonna obviously be pretty good. I don't think there's anything I need to change in the set. As of right now, I think the houses look good. Everything else is looking quite good at the moment. I don't see the need to add anything else. You know, the show's mainly focused around Noreen's house. It's going to be quite good. And you know, the reason why I didn't use Noreen's house right now, you know, that she uses in Part Drive, is because I want to get the feel that this is a different show and not just another show taken with the same characters in the same house. I want to get the feel that it is a bit of a, you know, even though it's got the same characters, I still want to get the feel that it is a different show and that different, you know, that it is set in a different time. Like, it's still sort of fictionally meant to be set round Park Drive because that is obviously where Noreen lives, but it's more focused about the old characters of Park Drive, not necessarily as much these new ones. Now, there is some of the new ones obviously in here, but a lot of the main story is going to be focused about Derek, Noreen, Shirley, and Steve Woods. That's where the whole main story is going to be, and we're also obviously going to have the Vicar as well from Park Drive. He's going to obviously be taking a role in this show as well, as obviously the Vicar. But as a whole, deep down, you know, like you know, the new characters who are like, let's say, newly in Park Drive right now, you know, characters who have just recently joined the set. They're more just going to be playing small roles. So Ben, he's going to be the bartender. So he's literally just going to be behind the bar when we do scenes in the bar, if that makes sense. There isn't going to be like, he isn't going to be, you know, the main story is mainly going to be focused around Derek and Noreen, but you know, like Shirley and Steve Woods are going to be main characters as well, which, you know, Shirley kind of plays Winnie, who obviously in Mrs. Brown's Boys goes round to see Mrs. Brown quite a lot, who actually quite a lot of the time goes around to see Noreen and to see Mrs. Brown. But Shirley in Park Drive, let's say, is going to be doing more of that. Is going to be doing more. Is going to be doing more that styled thing in the Derek and the Noreen show. So she'll go around to see Noreen as kind of like the two best friend old ladies, and they'll have a bit of a bit of a natter and a bit of a gossip. Have a little bit of a laugh and a giggle, and then we'll go ahead and, you know, we'll call it that. We'll call that. That, and then sometimes they'll go in the pub together and different things, but main focus, like, Noreen will be in most of the scenes because it's the Derek and the Noreen show, and Derek will be in a lot of the scenes as well, you know, because he's obviously a main character as well. So it's going to be good. I'm definitely excited for the outcome of this show. I'm excited to see how it turns out, to see how it looks. I'm looking forward to actually filming it, so we can obviously get the feel of what this show is actually gonna be. Because right now it's gonna go two ways. It's either gonna go crap, or it's gonna go quite well, and it's gonna give people a bit of a giggle, and they're gonna go, you know what, this show's actually quite funny. I actually don't, you know, this is actually quite fun to watch, kind of thing. If you get what I mean. And then, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, it's the two ways it could go, and I think it's important that we obviously show the people the two ways that it can go. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, if they see what we're doing and why we're doing it, then they might think, yeah, you know what, it's not actually that bad. You know, they're giving it a shot, they're giving it a go, and I've got to give it to them. If you get what I mean. I think I'm just going to fill the top, if I'm completely honest. I don't even know why I'm messing about with the bottom, as long as it looks good from the top. This corner is all messed up since it got blown up, and I'm not particularly sure how to how to refill it. As long as, like, because this bit here, it doesn't really matter about filling the bottom in, because it gets blocked up by the house anyway. Like, if I come over to this side, you know what I mean? Like, this is the lowest point that you're gonna see. Do you see what I mean? Like, you don't obviously see this through here, because that's obviously inside the house. So as long as we, at the moment, while we're just here, as long as we just fill this bit up, and then just do the bottom down there, we should be alright to go. Which is going to be quite good. So you can let me know what you guys think of the Derek and Noreen show. I mean, I know you've not seen it yet, but I mean, in terms of, you know, do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it could end up being funny? Do you think it could work in the long run, or do you think it's just one of them shows what's just going to fail, and we're just, it's going to be pointless making it? I'm always there for your thoughts and your answers. I always like to know what you guys having to say, like to say on the situation as well. And we'll obviously see where it goes. And this is also going to be as well as The Killer Who Got Away, and as well as Park Drive. So Noreen is from Park Drive, so that doesn't mean that Park Drive's going to stop. I just thought it'd be something different. And, I kind of pictured, what if Derek and Noreen kind of had their own comedy show, because they can be quite funny together. Making Park Drive during the times of doing this, it actually has been quite funny. Of some of the scenes in Park Drive. So, like, I think it could work. Never say never. And all I'm saying is we'll just see. We'll just see where it goes. We'll just see where it goes. I found a really good singer anyway the other day, guys, and so good that I messaged the person straight away to tell her how good she was at singing. Now, the woman actually lives in the same town where I live. She actually lives in the same town as me, and it turns out that I've actually known her for quite some time, but I didn't realise, when you don't, like, when you kind of, you've seen somebody before, but you don't actually physically, like, of them, but you don't, like, know them, like, they're not your friends, if that makes sense, but you kind of, like, of them. Well, I knew of this girl. I believe she was a year below me at school, and, like I say, I knew of her, as in, like, I knew I roughly knew, like, when I, like, saw a picture of her face, like, I sort of thinking, like, like, oh yeah, I've seen her before, kind of thing, like, just as sort of, like, at school, passing by, kind of thing. I know people what do know her, that type of thing. If you get what I mean. And, well, pretty much, it turns out she's a singer, which, when I saw the face, I was like, oh, I didn't know she sung, if you get what I mean. And, anyway, she's actually a really good singer. So as I say, I messaged her straight away, and just I just went in there with it. I didn't mess about. I said, look, you're such a good singer. You've got the most amazingest voice ever. Like, and then she was like, thank you, and I was like, no bother with a voice like that. You're gonna get somewhere one day, like, because that's truly, that's truly how I saw it. She had an amazing voice for singing. She did covers, by the way. She was singing, like, covers of real songs. And you know what I mean? Like, she's just so good at what she does. Which is good, because me, I love music. And the thing I like the most about music, I think, is seeing young people having a go at it. Like, that's the thing, what I like, because obviously you have these, like, big DJs, you have these big singers, you have these big piano players, violin players, stuff like that, and you kind of think, like, yeah, they're good, don't get me wrong, they're big. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're big, they've made it big, they've got thousands of followers, they go to live shows and gigs, they know what it's like to be live on stage, if you get what I mean. Like, like in a way they've done it all before, haven't they? Like it's not new to them because they've done it for years. And the thing what I like is when you see like like a youngish girl or even a youngish man who's like trying to sing or trying to rap or trying to DJ. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I like personally. I like seeing new talent, like people who are like young, who are giving it a go. And the thing what I like about it is the pure fact that they're trying. Like, for example, like I know someone from Brid called Cayman Kinder. You might know him quite well from this channel, from our Clubbing Year series last year. He was a young 17-year-old lad. He was 16 at the time when I first knew him, and pretty much all he really did was, he said, he likes music, so he thought, you know what, I'm going to be a DJ. I want to try learning to DJ. That's all he did, and he just practiced DJing. He got a little controller, like a little Pioneer DJ set, and he just filmed himself live on Facebook, dropping and mixing beats. And in the past year, what he's achieved, and he's put the work in. Like, he honestly has put the work in. He's held what you talking about? I'm talking about musicians. Because I'm talking about musicians. That's what I'm talking about, musicians. Like young kids who are like getting into music, like say trying to sing or trying to do something with music. That's what I'm talking about. So going back to the story, he actually held a residency at a nightclub where he actually DJ'd there on a weekend as a job. I'm bored. Are you? Jordan plays games. Your MC 80. Gaming. So yeah, he held a residency at a club for quite a while as well. The club unfortunately shut down and changed hands, but he held a residency there for quite some time, and he was there mixing on a weekend. He entered 2 competitions. He came 3rd place in one competition and 1st place in another competition. One of the competitions was he got to do a back-to-back mix with a famous DJ, Danny T. Yo, thanks for subbing. And he actually got flown out to Spain. He got to DJ on a boat party, and he got to DJ, obviously, over in Spain, which is absolutely mental. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, going out to Spain and mixing, that's like what big DJs do. Like, go out to Spain, Ibiza, you know what I mean? Like, mix-up parties and stuff like that. And then later on in the year, he came 1st place in another competition, and he got to DJ live with a big DJ in front of over something like 20,000 people in the O2 Arena in Birmingham. For like a baseline event, and he actually got live on stage with the big DJ. He's had his name in the newspaper, and he's gaining followers every day. And this is the thing what I like about it, because he's trying. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everything he gets, he deserves, because he's putting the effort in. Like, everyone can say, oh, I want to be a DJ, I want to sing. But you've got to put the effort in to do it. Like, he's not just putting the effort in because he wants to make a load of money and go, oh yeah, I'm a rich and famous DJ. He has a passion for the music, and you can see that he genuinely loves doing what he does. Like, he doesn't want to, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, I guess what you can say, like, it's not just a kid's dream to get rich and be a superstar. Like, he genuinely loves the music, and he genuinely loves entertaining the people, and that's what that's to me, that's what I love about a musician. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with MCs as well. You can pick out the MCs what MC for a bit of a laugh and a bit of banter, you know what I mean, get a few views online, cause a bit of hype. And then you can get a serious MC, take someone like MC Lynchy Or take someone like MC Pat Flynn, for example. Like Pat Flynn, he's gigging practically every single week. He's making studio tracks. He's got a passion for the beat. He loves interacting with the crowd. MC Lynch is the same. Again, you know, putting out serious raps and really trying. And then you get these little 13, sort of 14-year-olds who make little MCs who just do it for the fun and diss another MC in the same school. Do you know what I'm saying? And cause a little bit of a war and a battle, and then just like, oh yeah, you're wicked, you know, like, because he's got so many followers on Facebook, like, do you know what I mean? But then at the end of the day, like, then in a couple of years' time, he'll just say, oh, I don't really do it that much now, MC's dying. But MC's really not dying. Like, people like them who don't take it seriously in the first place never really were an MC. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, anyone can make a track and go like, boom, boom, pow, F you, your mum's a cow. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what they do. And they'll make a few tracks that, you know, they'll diss each other, and then they'll be like, oh, you come back with a comeback. Then there'll be a lot of hype round their school and social media, and, oh, look at this send. They'll get a few videos made by Willany and... Do you know what I mean? Memulous, and then they'll just die out and think, whatever did I do with my life? But then you get like the serious people who like seriously want to make a track, seriously have a passion, seriously like studying the beat. And you know, that's the same with me. Like, because people always say to me, like, you know, why don't you ever really diss people, or why don't you get into really any battles with any people? And I have been in battles with people before, you know, don't get me wrong, like, I get in battles with people before and stuff like that, but that's not really my thing. Like, I don't need to call somebody out and, you know, call him a few names in a song to show that I'm good. Like, the fact of me, like, showing that I'm good is me making a track, you know, making bars what rhyme, going with the flow, getting the equipment, getting professional, trying to get myself gigs in, do you know what I mean, trying to interact with the crowd, trying to get somewhere in my life with it, not just, do you know what I mean, not just calling another mate out and making up a few playground rhymes, you know, over a song, to get a few views. Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't, in my opinion, get views. Like, it does, but it's hard to explain. Like, I don't find it real, and I find it stupid, really, because there's so many people out there what do honestly, like, really try with music, if you know what I mean. Like, people who, like, really, like, do try to sing, or really do try to DJ, and then they barely get any views, and then you get this little, I don't know, say little fat kid or little chav what thinks he's hard who calls another bloke out, and then it gets like thousands of views, and then he just gives up in a few years and thinks, why did I ever do that? When there's people who spend years like trying to sing, trying to make good honest tracks, trying to make good raps, what don't really get anything. When if people took more time to the people who were really trying to get somewhere with the music, that person would actually have a life out of something that they wanted to do, rather than supporting a chav who thinks it's cool to take a few to make a few bants to another mate in the playground, who's then going to give up in a few years' time and probably not even, do you know what I mean, probably not even have a proper job, or anything like that, which I think that makes it a bit stupid. So I always support the locals who are trying to get into music, and like I said, that's not just particularly DJing or rapping. Do you know what I mean? It can be anything from like singing or keyboard playing, drum playing. If there's a local kid who's trying to get somewhere with his life and you can see that he's got a passion for it, I will share the video, I will message the guy telling him he's doing a good job, telling him to keep it up, and you know, I'll spread the word out, try and get more people to watch what he does. Do you know what I mean? Because that's me. I like supporting people who I believe are like trying to get somewhere in their life with music, if you know, if you get what I mean. So like, do you know what I mean? That's obviously just me. But going back to the whole point of it, this singer was an amazing singer. to cut the story short, even though it's been going on for quite a while. She was an amazing singer, and she had a lot of talent about her, and she needs to keep going. And she was very pleased of the message that I sent her. You know, she was very thankful. Oh, I think someone must be at the house at the minute. Oi, oi. Yeah, you can hear my dog barking, so there is someone obviously at my house, but do I even need to? I think I don't even need this here. That can go. I think someone did this by mistake, thinking it went further than it did. The reason why I did this is so when you do look out the window, look, you see how you can just see the black and you don't see the, you know, the seats. Like that's where we wanted it, how we wanted it to be, and you can just see the black without actually seeing this. So that's why this is like obsolete. So anyway, guys, will I be hitting the town tomorrow? Yes, I will be hitting the town tomorrow night. I usually go out most weekends to socialise with mates and all of that other stuff, you know. Just get out there. It's nice to just get out into a bit of atmosphere, you know. And you know, like it's the one night a week, to be honest, that I look forward to is a Saturday night. Go and have a few pints, see who's about. There's going to be a few lads about tomorrow, I think, because it's been a couple of lads' birthdays this week, so they'll be probably out in town having a bit of a mad one. So I'll see them about, obviously. And it, you know, we're just really gonna, you know, I'm really gonna go out there and see who's about. Hi, Dylan. Yo, Dylan. So obviously, you know, I will be hitting the town. But then I don't think the week after, I don't think I will be. Because not the week after next weekend, I'm actually going to a rave. So, like, it really depends on, like, how much, like, cash I get at the end of the week. Because I've got to pay for a ticket to go to this rave and stuff like that. And, like I need to make sure that that's happening. So, have you watched The Inbetweeners? No, I haven't. It's not something I really watch, to be fair. I'm not a big TV watcher. You know, I'm not. I prefer video games and music, to be honest. If that's more me. Like, I watch a few shows now and again. But, you know, like, in-betweeners and stuff like that don't really interest me. Um, you know. you know, like I say, I watch a few shows, nothing too mental. We're nearly there. I have watched it before. I've heard about it and I've seen like odd bits of it online, but it's not my thing. It's really funny. I probs would like it. I might do. I don't know really.
Complete.
Right. I think we just need one more. You know, a row of one more. I'm gonna be leaving the stream soon because I'm actually gonna jump in the bath. I usually don't go in the bath till later, but there's some like stuff happening, so like I need to get in the bath and get out before some stuff happens. We're having our tea a bit earlier and stuff like that, so I need to get it done really before then. So I have my lol parents' permission. What Emmerdale character do you remind yourself of? Jesus Christ, I've got no clue. Because there's no Emmerdale character that I know of that likes Raven and raps and what age? Lol. What? Yeah, I don't remind myself of any Emmerdale character. I don't think. Sam Dingle. Oh wow. Wow. Yeah. Okay then. There we go, that's good. Is he? Lol. He's the odd dingle. But to say that though, when you actually meet him in real, like when you see like the real, like the person who plays him, he's actually a really posh, smart person. Compared to like what he is in the show. Because in the show he's all like, I don't know how to explain it, like, I guess like a bit simple in the head and a bit, do you know what I mean? Sort of not all together there and a bit, doesn't like a lot of bad stuff happening, you know, he doesn't, you know, just likes his job and going for a pint type thing. You know, and a bit sort of can get scared type thing. You know, gets things wrong. He's a good character though. He is quite funny. I remember in like a recent episode where Rebecca was still in a coma, and I think Robert and Victoria, I think were going to see her at the hospital. And I can't remember what he said, but he said something like try singing to her or something. I don't know, like, or try poking her, see if she wakes up, or something like that. It was something like really daft, but it was kind of funny at the time, and like you kind of think like trust that character to say that, like you like you'd expect Sam to actually say that. If you get what I mean, like whoever like wrote the script like got it spot on for that character to say that line. I just thought it was quite funny, to be fair, like how he said it. I saw the new PD, and what did you think of the new PD? The fight at the beginning. outside the chippy. Spoiler alert for people who haven't watched it. But you should have watched it by now. It's been up over 8 hours. I'm glad you liked it. Hey up, lad. Hey up, kid. There we go. New MC will be out tomorrow as well, I believe. I've been down in the shed today actually, MCing, but I was just practicing. Really. You know, nothing too much was going down. No, it's not. No, you go, I don't, you go like, alright, alright. I, I, I gotta pick Samson up. Saying that though, he went after Joe with a shotgun the other week, so. Saying that though, when you think of little villages though, like a little village like that, it is bad, isn't it, really? Who's the hottest woman in Emmerdale? Jesus Christ. Now you've got me going. There's actually been a few over its time. There was that, the person who played Joe, who used to go out with Andy. Yeah, she was definitely quite, you know. Debbie Dingle, she's, you know, never say never. The woman who plays Tracy. To be honest, there's a few. To be honest, now you actually like come to mention it. To be honest, oh, what's her name? Jesus Christ, Vanessa, the person who plays Vanessa, she's not too bad. But I think she's a lesbian in real. Yeah, you've said before, Dylan. Yeah, she's quite hot though, is that Vanessa? When Carly was in it, Gemma Atkinson, she was quite hot. She's done a lot of like photo shoots and things in the past. Jesus, you've actually got me going here now. The person, Roxanne. You're North English. Yeah, the person who plays Layla, she's quite hot. Never say never. You've got me going, that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'd say so. Rona's not too bad, but Rona's getting a bit old now. What one would you take? To be honest, I don't even know, like, well, kid, any stories. I've not even, like, really seen them really in real, so, do you know what I mean? Like, I only know them as their actors, like, you know, like, personalities and things have to, like, do you know what I mean? Like, have to do it with me to like somebody as well, if you know what I mean, like. I can't just go, oh, she's a good looker, I'll have her, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think a lot about the inside as well. And like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's just me though, personally. So like, I'd have to know them a bit more, like about the real life to. And I mean, some of them already have kids, even, don't they? So. So yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I like Debbie Dingle though, definitely. She's quite, but so is Tracy Metcalf though. She's quite good. True. Yeah, probably Debbie Dingle then. I've got to say. Saying that though, I liked that the woman who played Alicia. Oh, saying that though, Priya's quite hot as well. But yeah, I'd say Debbie. It's weird that you have a set in Ants Arena and it's PD, and PD is nearby. PD's nearby, but I wouldn't say PD's that close. PD's probably about 3 mile away from this. When you consider because this is the Great White Bridge, look. So all you've really got to do, you've got to come right down here, which, you know, this is quite long in itself. Like, you know, and then you've got to come right down here. And then you've still got to keep going. And then you get here. Well, yeah! Right. I'm leaving the stream, guys. Oh, good one. I didn't think about that. Like, sub, comment, share. We'll see you in the next stream.